Let's jump right into this explainer. You know that feeling when the temperature suddenly drops 10 degrees, like in a matter of seconds, and all the normal daytime sounds just vanish? Well, welcome to the fog of lost souls. We're not just looking at a few creepy pictures today, we are literally stepping into a nightmare. In this scenario, you are the traveler, and my voice? It's pretty much your only map through the dark right now. So let's set the stage, shall we?
Leave before dark. It's such a simple warning, right? Honestly, it's the kind of local folklore you'd probably just laugh off if you were standing there in broad daylight. But out here, it is the ultimate threshold. The moment you cross it, the actual rules of reality start to warp. Look, when a place tells you to stay away, you listen. Because as we're going to see, ignoring these signs doesn't just get you hopelessly lost. It paints a giant target on your back. And well, this right here is exactly what happens when you don't listen. As a traveler lost in the woods, you took what you swore was just a quick shortcut. But now the path has completely dissolved into this thick, swampy muck. Can you almost hear the heavy crunch of dead leaves under your boots? The air is so thick it literally tastes like damp earth in decay. And those pines, stripped completely bare, reaching up into that bruised sky like skeletal fingers, it hits you all at once with this massive, sinking weight in your gut. You are deeply, hopelessly lost in a hostile environment. And daylight? Yeah, it's failing fast. So you have to ask yourself, are you truly alone out here? Because the silence in these woods is totally unnatural. It isn't peaceful at all. It feels incredibly expectant, like it's waiting for something. As that mist thickens up around your knees and completely hides your footing, your mind starts to play tricks on you. Was that a snapped twig over there? A shadow shifting just in your peripheral vision? That creeping paranoia really starts to set in. You aren't just wandering aimlessly anymore. You are absolutely being watched. Okay, so you stumble into a clearing, desperately hoping for some kind of shelter. But instead, you find these decaying, sagging huts just drowning in the fog. But look at what's dominating the sky right above them. Massive, unnerving crows. And let me tell you, they are not just scavenging. You are actively being stalked by crows through these foggy huts. Their sharp caws are echoing through the damp wood, literally coordinating with each other. Swooping low, their dark wings cutting right through the mist, they are deliberately pushing you away from the trees and toward a very specific destination. You're not just lost, you're being herded. Which brings us right to the threshold of the trap. A bloody, desperate warning that simply says, "Welcome to Scary Town. Leave before dark." Past that sign is just a grim reality. Oppressive, soaking wet cobbled streets reflecting this sickly yellow glow from the gas lamps. The architecture itself is jagged and imposing, kind of leaning over you like it wants to swallow you whole. Those crows, they did their job perfectly. You've been driven straight out of the wild and right into a cage of stone and mortar. There is absolutely no turning back into the woods now. The only way out is through.
So, naturally, you run. The cobblestones are totally slick. Your breath is just burning in your chest. You duck into an underpass to get off those suffocating streets, but man, it is a fatal mistake. The dim, flickering lights, the grimy, curved walls literally pressing in on you. The sheer claustrophobia of it all is visceral. And then your eyes adjust to the darkness. You see it scrawled on the concrete in this blood-red paint. Run, run, run. Your heart rate is probably matching that frantic warning right now. It's a complete dead end, a corridor designed specifically to strip away your very last ounce of hope. Nowhere to run. Just let that sink in for a second. You have completely exhausted your stamina. You ignored the early warnings, you were corralled by the wildlife, and now you're physically trapped by the architecture. That rising panic is solidifying into absolute pure dread. Every single choice you made trying to get to safety has systematically removed your exits, one by one. The error is entirely stagnant here. The trap is officially set. You burst through this heavy door at the end of the tunnel, fully expecting a way out, but instead, you stumble into this, a rotting, decaying hospital room. There's a rusted, stained bed, and this heavy, coppery smell of old blood just lingering in the air. But the thing that truly stops your heart, it's that message smeared across the peeling wallpaper. "I saw you," right next to his screaming, spectral face. The realization hits you like a freight train. You were never just randomly wandering. Your arrival here was highly anticipated. It was planned from the very start. You spin around to leave, right? Desperate to flee back into the dark of the tunnel. But your only exit is completely blocked.
because standing at the end of that peeling, pitch-black hallway is the woman in white. She's the spectral entity, completely featureless in the gloom, but radiating an intense, freezing malevolence. And she doesn't even move. She doesn't have to. The trap has firmly closed behind you, and you are finally trapped in a decaying hallway by the woman in white, face to face with the architect of this entire nightmare.
And honestly, here is the true horror of it all. She hasn't just been chasing you. She has been patiently, quietly waiting, just standing right by the rain-streaked window of this dark, abandoned ward, listening to your frantic footsteps echoing on the cobblestones outside, listening to you splash through the mud of the woods. Every single wrong turn you took was just a string she pulled, effortlessly guiding you right to her front door. So it really makes you wonder, when the fog rolls in and obscures all your familiar paths, will you actually remember how to find your way back? Or will you take that exact same shortcut into the trees, completely ignore the warnings, and become just another lost soul waiting in the dark? Definitely keep your wits about you out there. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I'll see you next time.